How's it going, my dedicated pups? Danuki Dalmatian Trouba here. I thought it'd be important to bring up a real-life topic in contrast to the more creative side of my videos. So please, bear with me here. Starting with a full disclosure. It's okay to have your own headcanons, fan ideas, and stories. But it is not okay to spread misinformation to prove that your story is true, and to behave as if you have higher authority than the official sources from Disney or the people who worked on the official animation. Neither is it okay to threaten people's safety and well-being over it. Not everyone will agree with your fanfic, and that is okay. You are not required to read their fan stories either. You have the right to use your creative imagination, but you don't have the right to restrict the imagination of others. Over the past year of 2024, we've been having issues with a group of malicious individuals harassing and threatening innocent users over the 101 Dalmatians headcanons versus fanfics. 3 specific users, Sunny Meadows 90, Winter Magic 1960, and Mobythemerpup 1515, claim to be related to each other. All 3 of these users are responsible for spreading harassment and verbally attacking other innocent users who have basically done nothing but mind their own business. These 3 users have been making up lies, fabricating over-exaggerated stories, spreading malicious rumors, and a lot of other stuff that don't even come close to being true. Sunny Meadows 90 and Winter Magic 1960 have been relentlessly pushing their fanfiction, which features a family tree and a self-created character named Short, as part of the official animation story. Their actions have made many fan members in the 101DS fandom feel disturbed. These innocent members did not ask to read this fanfic of theirs. To be more precise, there was no consent involved when these malicious users sent their fanfiction to them. Once these innocent members read and learned about the story's premise, they opted out of any involvement with them. They do not wish to legitimize the fanfiction as canonical. After receiving their rejection by these innocent users, Sunny Meadows and Winter Magic began to lash out at them instead of accepting their declines. The reason why these malicious users are trying so hard to get approval from others is because in their fanfic, they have made a name chart, assigning made-up names of characters who were never named in the show, including Delilah's and Doug's ex-partners. These names are not supported by any evidence for the show or its series Bible, attempting to assign the puppies based on family affiliations, even if these associations have not been fully established, according to various Disney sources and wikis. On Frontispi's first interaction with him, it started with one of his existing art paintings on DeviantArt. They had a discussion with him in attempting to establish their fanfic as canon. Despite Fran's thorough and in-depth explanation on how the animated show lacked essential information to draw such conclusions for their fanfic to be canon. After that, Frontispri continued with his usual activities after his heated exchange with Sunny Meadows 90 and Winter Magic 1960. However, he soon noticed that Sunny Meadows 90 was interacting with a significant number of community members on social media platforms, especially users like Forest DM and Geldago, who too were among the victims to have tangled with Sunny Meadows and Winter Magic's destructive antics. Even they had a share of death threats sent to them by the latter of the 2 troublemakers. After further investigation, he discovered that several community members are exhausted and uninterested in Sunny Meadows' relentless inquiries about their fanfic family tree. Most community members merely declined to participate, which only intensified Sunny Meadows and Winter Magic's aggressive behavior towards them. Analysis of various tweets reveals a chain of events that began with Sunny Meadows expressing displeasure with Redundant Module's rejection, for which he adhered to stay true to the Disney story canon. This disagreement preceded the deletion of Sunny Meadows 90's Twitter account following a subsequent event. Initially dismissed as an odd fan by those he pestered, this user's behavior escalated. Redundant Module recounted several incidents, including unfriendly comments left on his Tumblr posts, which he had to hide. He observed that the malicious user insisted on others accepting their headcanon but refused to acknowledge differing interpretations of the fanfics. While Redundant Module encountered unwelcome comments, he was fortunate to avoid the severe retaliation experienced by others. But unexpectedly, this was where a new problem arose, in which we got some quotes from the 101 Dalmatian Street wiki staff, talking about their point of view of Sunny Meadows 90 and Winter Magic 1960. These two users were changing the wiki pages, putting up their fanfic story as canon, disregarding legitimate sources, and presenting their ridiculous and absurd biographies regarding Dottie Smith, who is a real person. In response, the wiki staff had this to say in a statement they wrote. We were very surprised to see this edit on Wiki. We did expect people to switch some information on some pages. We just did not expect someone to actually try to change the history of the franchise. They were immediately dealt with, told not to use the wiki for fan material. We were later informed by Lion Ranger, then later found out that these users did not even bother to do their research on how the wiki works. The way they demanded that something was removed without their permission shows how out of touch they are. And of course, just like that, Winter Magic and Sunny Meadows were permanently banned from the wiki. Sunny Meadows and her accomplice immediately attempted to create a Wikipedia page for 101 Dalmatian Street full of their own baseless and inaccurate story and timeline elements. These elements have been repeatedly disproven. The page was quickly removed by Wikipedia moderators due to guideline violations, and Sunny Meadows was subsequently blocked for repeatedly trying to recreate the page.
Yay!
Concurrently, Sunny Meadows falsely claimed that I was on their side and even used my name to threaten others. I had to indirectly tell Sunny Meadows and his friend to stop involving me in their schemes. To further clarify my position, I made a statement on Twitter denying my association with them.
Freaking unbelievable!
Around the days prior to this, Lion Ranger posted on DeviantArt about the toxic behavior of Winter Magic and Sunny Meadows. Following this, Winter Magic began making hate posts targeting individuals, including myself and others who were unfortunately dragged into their drama. Meanwhile, Sunny Meadows created a baseless exposure video with a number of meaningless, unfounded, and completely fabricated allegations against me. I watched the video, and the first 5 minutes alone were laughably absurd. Sunny Meadows and Winter Magic's schemes were further exposed in a post by Claire Cooper, where the artist, Wolfjock, was dragged into their antics. Sunny Meadows stole Wolfjock's artwork, Dolly and Prince Corgi, falsely claiming it as a re-upload. Additionally, they fabricated stories and rumors about Wolfjock, mirroring the same behavior of how they mistreat other users when rejected, including the author. They also targeted and harassed 3 other unidentified users, who Claire Cooper suspects may be on different social media platforms. Meanwhile, Winter Magic began suicide baiting people, stated that Wolfjock is the one responsible for the chaos, even though Winter Magic and Sunny Meadow are the true culprits of creating it. After witnessing all of this unwanted drama unfold, Claire made a post demanding the two to stop harassing Wolfjock for something they never wanted to be involved with since the beginning. At that point, Wolfjock blocked them. After Claire blocked the 2 users, Sunny Meadows decided to repost Wolfjock's Dolly and Prince Corgi artwork, and Winter Magic extended her deadline of the so-called suicide threat to get Wolfjock to cave in and unblock them.
What?
And what's worse, they even tried to bribe some users with deviant posts to harass Wolfjock into unblocking the 2. Meanwhile, Claire Cooper warned the other users not to fave the re-upload of the Dolly and Prince Corgi artwork that Sunny Meadows had posted, letting the other users know that the original artwork is still on the owner's DeviantArt page. Thereafter, Claire made a post warning users about Sunny Meadows and Winter Magic, recounting her stressful encounter of what these 2 malicious users had done in their unrelenting attempts to garner attention, from making death threats, to threatening Fran to take down the timeline video, making false exposure videos about him and me, and their harassment towards Wolfjock. As time went by, Sunny Meadows pulled off their latest move by making a rant post in their socials, talking about how Lion Ranger deserves death. Of course, these death rants didn't stay in their socials for long. He also threatened Lion Ranger with some highly disturbing content that I do not dare to mention, and also to follow YouTube's community guidelines. Sunny Meadows even made comments on other users' posts, showing how Sunny Meadows is planning to involve almost everyone, regardless if they reply to their comments or not. Finally, for this video, let's talk about Mobythemerpup 1515. This user is about as troublesome and aggressive as Sunny Meadows and Winter Magic. Just like what they did, Moby tried to force topics his own way on other users to prove his point. Similarly, Moby made a baseless headcanon of the 101DS family tree, which we cannot confirm. Not to mention that he also supported Sunny Meadows' phony exposure video about me. And of course, he had his own share of comments and posts, which are just as unnerving. He even threw Sunny Meadows and Winter Magic under the bus at one point, trying to rally his followers to attack them amidst the chaos. The worst part was when Moby made an apology video. The original video had been taken down for violating YouTube's guidelines, but we managed to write down some quotes. The content described in the video had Moby still making stuff up about me and Fran, including the same accusations and slanders that were pushed by Winter Magic. So even as Moby was at Winter Magic and Sunny's throats, apparently the three continued to share harmful misinformation about me. We still have no clue where they keep getting these wild ideas from, because neither me nor Fran even talk to, let alone interact with these users. Everything that had happened throughout the past year was over a simple fact that no one was willing to accept their fan character and timeline idea as canon. The links and drastic measures that Sunny Meadows, Mobythemerpup, and Winter Magic would do to gain sympathy and attention for the 101 Dalmatian Street community is just astounding. And I, for one, am appalled at what they've been doing over the past year. The evidence that me and Fran had gathered throughout these months is absolutely overwhelming, almost at the point where I might have to write a book about it. There's no telling what further antics they'll pull in the future. All I can say is, this circus train of madness has to end somewhere, and I can't bear to imagine what they'll pull next. So I hope this video builds a strong case for why Winter Magic, Sunny Meadows, and Mobythemerpup are very dangerous people. Right now they have several alternate accounts on social platforms like YouTube, Twitter, Tumblr, so be on the lookout if you by any chance manage to stumble upon them in the comments. Here's a list of every alternate account they use. Mute them, block them, or if necessary, report them. And don't forget to make sure to use the comments sent to you to build on evidence about their toxic behaviors before deleting them. When it comes to building a strong case against toxic users, you can never be too careful, not even by a little bit. And the final note, if you even try talking with these users, they won't hesitate to take advantage of you. They are more than likely to pounce at the opportunity straight away to throw your name around as leverage against other innocent people. So no matter how tempted you are to reply back, do not talk with them, let alone interact with them for the sake of both you and the 101 Dalmatian Street community. Whew, alrighty, so I guess this includes this entire video. I just want to say something to the folks who were involved in this video. Thank you, dedicated pups, for helping me put all of this together. I am grateful for you guys for gathering all the earth-shattering evidence that you saved for the past year. Because if it weren't for you, I wouldn't be here addressing the situation. And I speak for all of us when I say we owe it to them for not only sticking up for the fandom, but also working to protect the people in the community that we care about. And especially Lion Ranger and Claire Cooper. We owe them a thank you as well. So the strong moral of this video talking about headcanons is, and I know many of you agree with me on this, threatening harm or death on others over something so trivial like a family tree of fictional dogs doesn't make your fanfiction any more valid. It just makes you look like a complete psychopath and a total control freak.
Crazy.
For the love of dog, for the mighty heavens above, do not become a monster over your own headcanons or fanfics. The 101 Dalmatians franchise is a beloved Disney icon that is loved and cherished by people around the world, each with their own ideas, creative visions, and theories. To declare that you, and you alone, dictate what people are allowed to think as canon for the franchise, and sometimes real world history, and saying anyone who disagrees with you over it deserves death and is asking for one, that is 101%
not okie dokie.
Well, that's pretty much all I need to address. I want to thank Frontistery for helping me put the script together for this video. And thank you, dedicated pups, for watching. I hope you'll continue looking forward to such amazing 101 Dalmatian Street fan projects that I've been working on throughout the next 2 years as promised. Until next time, peace!